And then Learnlife Rwanda came out of, I guess, the vision to say something needed to be different in Rwanda. And I knew the person who's the current Minister of State for Education. And when asked what did I think a vision for Learnlife in Rwanda would be, I said, well, there are already schools and there are already universities and colleges all funded by, sort of different bodies. But the big gap is, how do you turn knowledge or experience into entrepreneurial income? And regrettably, in that colonial industrial model of education, there's no focus on that. So you have a very high proportion of unemployed graduates and other people who have got incredible knowledge and skills, but no understanding of how do you turn that into an income.
Let me see. We are now 14.5 million people. When you look at how the population is growing, it's really fast, and it's actually the first densely populated country in Africa when you look at per square meter, and so the population is growing, and the education system, since the 1994 genocide against the Tutsis, of course we lost everything. It's so much like the nation was built from the 1994 from really nothing, because we lost teachers, we lost the infrastructure, and we lost learners who were learning to actually be able to provide this education. And so from then the country has rebuilt, been rebuilding every now and then. And when you look at the education sector, the infrastructure is in place. We have teachers, we have teacher training colleges. People can be able to learn how to teach because we have a population to teach. And the government has really provided a wonderful policy of education for all, where everybody, actually 12 years of education is free. And so that has really helped the government and the people in Rwanda to access education.
So I understand it's a school for adults, the one in Rwanda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. It's for people who have finished school, finished university, or who are adults and their life has been impacted by, whether it's war or being a refugee or something else which has prevented them from fully exploring their potential as an entrepreneur. And so we're having to help them grow their mindset, possibly change their mindset to how could that happen?
With Learnlife Rwanda, it's actually having that community of graduates that have got the basic knowledge, but then miss or don't have the opportunities where they learn the actual skills to create a business, to be able to actually say, well, there are so many places that I could go to find a job, but because there are so many, the demand is very high, it's really hard to actually land a job. So with that issue, with that challenge, they are able to actually find a space, a community where they get the skills that they can be able to create a business, that they can be able to actually learn to change that mindset of wanting to take a degree to a particular company in Rwanda and get a job, but rather use that academic knowledge that they have and translate it into a business. So we are solving the issue of unemployment, but we are also supporting these learners, these graduates who have got the skill to be able to put the skills they have to practice.
And how long is the program supposed to last? Like from when a student?
Yeah. So from when a participant joins the program, the program is free and it is 6 months. And in 6 months, our plan is that a team of participants, because they don't work as individuals, when they join our program, they have to work in teams because basically 2 heads are better than 1. So they work in teams so that they are able to work on a project together. And so as they work on the project together, they share different ideas, and they are able to bring in, share activities, but also be able to grow And as they grow, they're able to actually scale up the business, employ more people. And so for 6 months, when a team of participants is able to mature, then they actually create that business. They have created that business, and it's running, and it's in its maturity stage.
What impressions do local Barcelona people have of Rwanda or the Rwanda educational system? Are they in the wrong? Are we disinformed?
Well, I would say there's little knowledge about Rwanda, at least for the obvious. I don't know if you call them Barcelonians, but the obvious community in Barcelona. Oh, that's a word that I'm creating. Sorry, but I think there is little knowledge. But if you look at the European scope, there's a lot of misinformation because, and I don't really blame the people who consume the media, because this is what the media provides, and what the media provides, there's much more than what I can read on the newspaper, So there's a mix. Some people don't even know. They know where Rwanda is in Africa, but when you ask what part of Africa is Rwanda, they're like, no, I don't know. I think it's in Africa. So it's both. For like an ordinary person in Barcelona, we know it's in Africa, but we really know little about Rwanda. And when you look at the news outlets that really talk about Rwanda or Africa, it's really a bit of what Rwanda is or what Africa is or what happens in Africa. A lot of good things happen in Africa. And so I think it's been really it's always a good opportunity for me to come to Europe and mostly to Barcelona, because I'm able to share what about Rwanda and where it is, and about the development and wonderful things that happen in Rwanda.